15% for Method
Whoa.
Orange.
They believe in Sam.
But look at the move they're bringing in, this composition we've seen before. Peekaboo on the Assassination Rogue, WizK on the Frost Death Knight. They're going to be looking to get very aggressive onto Sam. Mez and Trill going to have to do a good job peeling. There's the kidney shot. How long can Sam survive?
Yeah, we see an anti-magic zone drop down, but this Vendetta is doing immense pressure towards Sam. He's barely hanging on. Spiritling Totem restabilizes the team. Ascendance pop to recover through this, but they're just all over him. How is Sam going to deal with this pressure? Peekaboo finally being thwarted away down below half, but Sam needs to deal with multiple interrupts. He's going to jump across the map, gets gripped, jumps into the ride in the wind. He needs to create distance and get away, but he's just not able to. How is he going to deal with it? He's got nothing left. Healing Tide Totem down, but that's not going to be enough as the move are gunning for his throat. He's desperately trying to get away. Double Fist of Fury. Sam jumps. Is he going to be able to make it out to the other side? He gets earth grabbed by Absterge. He sneaks around the corner. He catches one. He catches two. Absterge is on him with Wind Shear now. He fake casts. He manages to fake it, but now he has to deal with Mind Freeze. He's not able to do it. He's getting purged down. Full kidney. He trinkets out, but there's still nothing left. Ride the wind, gets grip back, jumps away from the grip. Hands on at 1%. Absterge leaps over. He fakes the Wind Shear on 2%. Catches a healing surge. Now he's got them running right back at him, and I'm not sure how much longer he can really keep this up. He's not going to be able to. Valiantly fought. The mover completely tapped on mana throughout that onslaught. Potentially a cross kill here as Peekaboo has nothing left then.
Yeah, Peekaboo getting lower and lower. Do they have any follow-up for Absterge? No Spiritling Totem going to be dropped out there. Peekaboo getting lower and lower. Trill trying to reconnect. It looks like Peekaboo ultimately will survive. And honestly, Sam did an incredible job surviving there. Fake casting the interrupts in such a clutch moment. But it looks like Method Orange, they're still going for it. I can't see them winning this game at this point.
The DR to 68 onto Absterge. He's left crowd control. His entire team starting to restabilize. And Mez on 10% with really nothing left after this shield fades to keep him going. He's still going to play it out, obviously. You never know what can happen, but Mez will be falling here shortly. He's just defiantly staying alive. Mez will fall. The move will take game number 1. Nonetheless, a great showing, I think, for Sam.
We knew that these were going to be quick games for sure, and we actually see the move opt into bringing a composition that maybe some of us didn't know that they really did have up their sleeves, especially at that level. And I think that there was just a level of like, wait, what is going on here? And Sam does deal with it expertly. I mean, you talk about, he faked just about every kick that's ever existed on the planet. But Ven, what do we think of this composition that the move was actually able to bring?
I mean, it's a good composition. I think at the last Summer Cup, we saw this exact matchup play out, and it played out similarly. I mean, it's just so difficult for a Resto Shaman to survive against an Assassination Rogue.
Of having Sam and only Sam kind of shows a little bit. It's not necessarily because of how Sam plays on the Shaman. He was able to pick up the Shaman, and it looks really good. You see it looking good here. This is where, if your Method Orange
heals them away while Sam is stunned, and then they can install time to try and run Absterge out of mana purging. But I feel like, I don't know if they can actually stall it out that long, and it could be very risky to play the stall strategy. I think the all-in strategy on the Death Knight is the best overall if you can execute it properly.
Now, one of the things that I also kind of mentioned, of course, with Sam playing the healer, one of the most difficult things is really finding that balance, right? Of when to be aggressive, when to actually be getting those heals out. Do you think that that's going to make that strategy decision for them as well, Zika? Do you think that that pushes them a little bit further into the, yeah, we're probably going all in every single time route?
Well, I feel like if you know that your healer is up against one of these comps that is gonna go completely all in onto him, I mean, there is a part of you that definitely wants to just counter that and just go all in and try to end the game as soon as possible. But in my opinion, I still think that the Outlast strategy is the better choice, because that way you're always going to be kind of safe, because you're playing with a warrior. You can stun that rogue if when he stuns your shaman, and then if he trinkets, you can just full fear him like Blizzo did in their series, in XRB series against the move, for example. And that alone kind of shuts down these setups. Warriors are very, very disruptive. Of course, you have the disarm as well. So it just comes down to whatever they're comfortable with. But I do think that both strategies definitely have their place. It just comes down to what they've practiced and what they prefer in terms of playstyle.
And folks, this is the first elimination series of the tournament. Who is going to be the first team eliminated?
All right, we can currently see Mez and Trill crowd controlled in center field as they are gunning down Sam I Am. Once again, both connecting full power as Pillar of Frost and Vendetta are popped. Mez will protect Sam I Am with this darkness. Now Mez is going for that Metamorphosis Nemesis all in on WizK. Intimidating shout on Absturge. They need to get a disarm to deny the Icebound Fortitude, but they're not even forcing that. They use a Chaos Nova on Absturge, keeping him crowd controlled slightly longer. They get the Icebound Fortitude. They disarm him 1 second too late. He trinkets it to connect the second Death Strike. The all-in has basically been thwarted. Now Sam I Am will be in a lot of trouble then.
Yeah, he gets kicked by Peekaboo into a full kidney shot, but WizK can't connect. Full blind on Mez. He has no trinket available. He already used it earlier to get that darkness on Sam I Am, but good job by Trill, really snaring up WizK, making it difficult for him to reconnect, but Peekaboo's doing such a good job just soloing down Sam I Am.
Yeah, if he can keep this momentum, as soon as WizK gets there, nice and prison on the Wraith Walk. It's just a 1v1, and Peekaboo is just destroying Sam I Am. He needs to cast a healing move. He's running back to WizK. This is a critical error. Now they're both going to connect onto the stun. This is easily a Trinket Spirit Link. He gets silenced on the Trinket and just goes down. The move, swinging this series now 2-0.
They are going to be in striking distance of facing off against another EU team, going to be in striking distance of eliminating Method Orange from the tournament. One game could decide the entire fate of Method Orange here, and that would be back-to-back lands that they do get eliminated in that first round of elimination. And also, this has kind of been almost the story, though, in NA. We have really seen the moves steadily picking up momentum, being one of the teams to watch. And the question is, will they be able to make a deep bracket run if they do eliminate Method, Ben?
We'll definitely have to see. Method Orange still stands in their way, but this composition seems to be very effective at what Method Orange has to bring. And honestly, I got to give kudos to Method Orange, you know, coming here basically without a healer. I mean, Sam I Am doing an excellent job, getting taught by Sea-Doo and actually putting on quite a good performance. I mean, they're going up against the best players in the world. Sam I Am obviously doesn't have the most experience, and when you come to a LAN environment like this, it becomes very difficult. You need those hours and hours and days of muscle memory to really rely on. So big shout out to Method Orange coming in, putting on a show with this 3-man roster, but the move seems to have their number with this composition.
You have to give it up to Method Orange, even if you are a fan. I think this was something that Method Orange knew that they were going to have to deal with the entire season, and even so, a very difficult choice that Chuck had to make, the difficult decision that Sea-Doo had to make, and definitely makes the right choice, and very, very happy for him and everything that's going on in his life right now. But you got to give it up to Sam I Am, putting in the hard work to pick up this additional class. This was the team that everybody on Method Orange wanted to.
I really believe that if they play the dampen strategy, they have a better shot than if they're playing the all-in strategy.
Well, it's going to come down to Ashmane's fall. If the move wins here, Method Orange will no longer be in the tournament, and the move will progress to fight another EU squad.
All right, we currently see both members connecting on Sam I Am. The Frost Dragon connected as well. Darkness will allow Sam I Am to survive. Overlapped with the Intimidating shot, but they're going for the all-in onto WizK. Anti-magic shield to stall out the damage for now. There's the disarm preemptively, but WizK trinkets immediately. Now with those cooldowns traded out, he will survive the all-in quite easily. Sam I Am now needs to do a good job of avoiding WizK and then 1v1ing Peekaboo's interrupts and crowd control by himself. And now he's caught into a kidney shot. It's still just Peekaboo, so he should be dealing with this quite fine. WizK is making his way over. Mez is trying to support and slow Peekaboo. Sam I Am ducking around the corner. It's just going to be switching sides to the map. I like that, just getting away from WizK as far as possible.
Sam I Am doing an excellent job, and actually WizK getting stopped on his Wraith Walk a little bit earlier on. And it can be so difficult as that Frost Death Knight to actually reconnect to his target. Peekaboo already used his Cloak of Shadows earlier to get out of that Root Totem a little bit earlier. Sam I Am actually allowing Peekaboo to re-stealth. Unfortunately, now Peekaboo's going to have a big opener on to Sam I Am, but still, WizK not there to find the damage. Disarm now onto WizK, trying to deny any death strikes, but the Wraith Walk eventually comes out from WizK as they reconnect onto Sam I Am. Unfortunately, getting rooted on his gust of wind. He's in a lot of trouble, Sid.
He drops the Earthen Shield Totem. Will that be enough protection through WizK's attack? Trill's moving over. Will they be able to push them back? No Spirit Link Totem will be used preemptively, but it's right before the kidney shot. Now he has to trinket and Astral Shift. He's traded all of his defensive cooldowns. It's all or nothing. Sam I Am needs to stay alive just a little bit longer if they can take WizK down. Abster just needs to Spirit Link and spam Purge, I think, at this point, but he's kind of out of position. WizK's almost next to range, but Sam I Am will fall first, and they will not be able to connect. Trill Blade Storm's over, but that Spirit Link Totem from Absturge will easily close this series out. The move advances
advance 3-0.
Method Orange will be the first team eliminated from the summer final, but they are not out of qualification for BlizzCon. This is just going to put an additional stress on them headed into that third season, headed into that BFA season, this being the final Legion tournament, but well played by the move. And now kind of an interesting thing happens here for Method Orange as well. Now they almost want to start cheering for the move and the other NA teams, because that gives them pretty much the best shot that they can have as well, because they already are such a high point earner from their region. And the move, they are one of the squads that we said really is a favorite from NA. Them and Super Frogs potentially the favorites to go all the way in this tournament, Zico.
Yeah, and they're gonna need to do a deep run here in the lower bracket. Somehow they're gonna have to take down a lot of teams like Ascendant, like Tempo Storm, and the remaining teams from North America as well. It's going to be a complete bloodbath in the lower portion of the bracket. A lot of teams are gonna be sent home tomorrow as well after our final elimination match today. But yeah, the move definitely looking like one of the better teams to do it. They have the roster, they have the comps, they just need to find that same confidence that we saw from them earlier in the season, and they just need to rise to the occasion here, because at this point it's all or nothing for them.
NA's top dog right now, still alive. That is one thing that you can we got to give it up to them though. Really smart composition pick coming out from them, Ven.
Yeah, there's no question about it. This assassination rogue with the Frost Death Knight, it's just so much pressure for Restless Shamans to really deal with. They're on a clock, enough kidney shots, and it is good.